we returned from our detour,
Mm-hmm.
and we're back on the Inuyasha train.
We are. It's a
Mm-hmm.
very good thing that we got a recap this week because I totally forgot what was going on.
The one time we were actually thankful that the show does recaps every beginning of the episode, so we can actually remember like what exactly happened the last time we talked about this. And it was like, oh yeah, Kikyo's off being a weird ghost,
Mm-hmm.
being a menace.
A menace.
There you go. There's your recap. In case you also forgot, because it's been 2 weeks. Hello, welcome to this week's episode. Jared and Al watch Inuyasha. I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Al and Lady M.
Hello.
This is episode number 23 as we discuss season 1, episode number 23 called Kagome's Voice and Kikyo's Kiss.
Smooch.
She's like, I'm gonna give you the tongue, Inuyasha.
Gross. Don't ever do that again. Don't ever do that again. You just like cackaweened us with a cherry.
Blah.
Lick.
Lick, lick, lick.
Yuck. Oh man. So yeah, we left off. Kagome has gotten into Kikyo's barrier and found her napping in a tree.
Yep, there we go.
Yep.
That's what's happening.
Kikyo's like, yo, 1, why are you here? 2, how'd you get through my barrier? 3, pretty sure Inuyasha's coming this way.
Kagome's like, what barrier? What are you talking about? There was no barrier. I just walked through. It was fine. Kikyo's like,
Suspect.
Where's Inuyasha? Also, stand over here for a second. I'm just going to let you stand here and watch while things happen. Because I'm going to paralyze you with my touch.
She like touched her forehead and then she couldn't move, and then she tied her up to the tree with her weird little spirit guys.
It's real mean.
It's very mean.
I feel like, obviously, like, the way this episode goes, like, no one understands how to write Kikyo. Because I feel like, as a character, her motivations are just completely all over the place.
Yeah, I could see that. Maybe being dead and coming back to life is very confusing.
Like, last episode, she was, like, you know, kind of just trying to just live life just out of everyone's way. And now this episode, she's like, I'm very resentful to everything. I must be very evil now. It's like, what is happening?
I mean, part of that is that she gets jealous.
Yeah, stop being jealous, dummy.
Yeah, you're dead. Dead people shouldn't be jealous.
This isn't a series about necrophilia, at least that I know of. It could be later on. I don't know.
I mean, it's not necrophilia per se, but like.
Oh no, no, we're not going any further there.
I was just gonna say, like, Kikyo doesn't go away for a long, long time. Like, Kikyo's here to stay for a bit, and this
time
is
to throw her into the grave.
This is something we're gonna have to deal with for a good part of the series. So, and she is solidly dead.
She's a little chilly, you might say.
I mean, he does say that her body's cold.
He does.
It's by the way, Inuyasha shows up.
Yeah, Inuyasha's roaming through. He's like, hey, there's where the little dudes are going. Oh, a barrier. That sucks. Guess we can't go through.
He also found her, like, hair band, her hair tie, and was like, sniff, sniff, this is Kikyo's.
Kagome's basically, like, yelling at Kikyo, like, you realize you got manipulated, right? Like, this whole thing was a setup so you guys would eliminate each other. Like, you are an idiot for trying to do all this. This is stupid. Stop being dumb. And Kikyo's like, la 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 la, can't hear you. So yeah, Inuyasha rolls up and is like, Kikyo.
He gets through the barrier.
Good Lord, it's you. And he's just in shock the whole time. And she's like, oh yes, it's me, Inuyasha. Hello. Howdy do.
Howdy do. Oh man.
Kagome can't say anything because she just can't literally say anything.
Yeah, she's yelling, but he can't hear her.
So Inuyasha's like, hey, why are you taking all these souls and stuff? That's real not cool. And then Kikyo's like, oh, you must despise me for this. You must despise me now. And Yasha's like, no, never. I've never stopped thinking about you.
Which that's not gonna haunt him or anything.
And Kagome's like, oh, oh no.
She's like, I really don't want to watch this. Can you please let me go? I hello,
And then
please.
Kikyo smooches Inuyasha and slips him the tongue.
Yep.
The cold tongue.
Gross. That's gonna be nasty.
Yep.
Blech. It's gotta feel like.
It's like you're kissing a fish.
I was gonna say it's just like if you had like meat, like cold meat.
Ugh.
Like imagine if you just like threw a steak in somebody's mouth.
I mean, that's usually how people eat.
Well, straight out of the fridge, no.
Kagome just gets real sad during this, and she's like, "Why am I sad? It's not like anything's happening between us. It's not, ha 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 ha."
I don't have feelings for him or anything.
Aha.
I'm just gonna cry now.
And then Inuyasha just like takes a nap, and Kikyo's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna take him away to the underworld," which is like, this is the second time this has happened to you, Inuyasha. You should realize by now this is going to keep happening. You should form a plan to not let this happen again.
Yeah, she's like, I'm taking you to hell, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna take a nap. Um,
Kagome's like, "No."
he's very easily emotionally manipulated. I mentioned that to you via text, but that is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And according to some characters in the canon, like they would blame that on his human side, but I think it's just the fact that this dude has a lot of freaking trauma.
And he's also a dumb.
He's also a dumb. There's that too. And he doesn't always think with the proper head.
That's for true.
Yeah. You know, he's yeah. He needs to think more.
You know,
But
as
he was
we all
getting
should.
smooched, so he was just like, cool, I'm getting kisses. That's pretty cool.
So yeah, she's dragging down Inuyasha to the depths of hell.
Hell.
And then Kagome's like, "You suck. This whole thing's stupid. Stop being dumb. Let him go." And then for some reason saying "let him go" is like, I guess Kikyo remembered the song from Frozen, and it got stuck in her head, so that shocked her. And then all of the spirits started rushing out of her because she just was mesmerized by the song.
Well, she's also like, yo, he's not even conscious, so like you're being a real weirdo right now. Which that is valid. That is very, very valid. She is being a real weirdo.
So like, also when Kagome yells at Inuyasha wakes up and is like, "Oh hey, Kagome's here.
Yeah.
Why are you tied to a tree?"
I'm gonna free you now.
"Yay, are you okay?" And then Kagome's like, "Oh boy, oh boy."
Yeah, so about that. Kikyo's like, do you care more about her than you do me?
"I must go now. I'm sad."
Hmm.
And then Kagome walks off by herself, and then Yasha's the whole time like, "What's wrong? What happened?" And Kagome's basically like, "Yo, I saw the whole thing." He's like,
The whole thing? All of it? Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Which is the whole thing. I do appreciate the fact that Richard Cox had a voice crack in the middle of this whole thing when he was voicing this segment. It was very, very well done.
Mm-hmm.
It really drove home the awkwardness of the whole situation.
That's true. Morocco and Shippo just show up and are like, or I think Morocco's like, "Oh, I know this position," and I think Shippo's like, "Oh yeah, that must mean Kagome's nearby."
Yeah, because she definitely sit-boyed him.
Kikyo goes and visits Kaede just to get some info dump about Naraku, and then leaves and is like, "Well, thanks for the info. I'm still going to be completely dumb about this whole situation. See ya."
Yep.
And Kaede's like, "Sister, why are you an idiot?"
Yeah, but we do find out like Onigumo, like the reason he did what he did is because I mean we kind of knew this already, but it's confirmed. Like, oh, it's because he was in love with Kikyo.
Yeah, I think that was about as blatant as they could have made it earlier. Yeah. But this is just like, hey, in case you forgot.
She does say like Inuyasha doesn't have cold eyes anymore, and Kaede's like, yeah,
he looks like yeah.
Kagome is really, really helping him out. Kikyo's like,
well, if I was alive, I could have healed the scars of his heart. It's like, no, you wouldn't have had those scars because you didn't die. You didn't kill him. That's why he's got these scars, my dude.
My dude. Yeah, she's gone.
Yar, and she's dips out.
Kagome's like, I'm leaving. I'm going to the modern era.
And then the boys are talking with Inuyasha, just trying to figure out what happened. And then he basically explains what happens, and Moroku's like, wait a minute. Or Inuyasha basically says, it's kind of like the same thing that happens with you and women. And Moroku's like, whoa!
Ghastly!
You did that in front of Kagome? Inuyasha's like, wait, what? Run that by me again?
What? Amazing.
And then basically they just like yell, like Kagome is like in the well. I think because she left and came back.
Yeah, she realized she left all of her stuff.
And then so they're by the well talking about this, and Moroku and Shippo are like, all right, so which of the girls do you want? Do you want to be with? And then Inuyasha's like, I mean, can I have both? And they're both like, you're an idiot. You're really good. If you try that, you're gonna have a real bad time.
Then it gets, according to Moroku, the big sit.
I think Moroku's like in the midst of like saying like, yo, if Kagome finds out about this, like you're gonna get in some trouble. Then you see her sit, and he's like, wow. He's like, oh yes, the big sit.
Mm-hmm. He's like patting him on the shoulder, and then he gets big sitted.
And then Shippo's just like, yeah, that's karma, my dude.
Yep.
And then that's basically that episode.
Yep. Bad things happened. There's gonna be some awkwardness there.
Yep, that's true.
Yikes.
Let's talk about some notes and differences.
Okay.
Moroku is tended to do more than show innocent affection when he's with a woman. Yo, let me tell you, Wikipedia writers or wiki writers for this show, Moroku he thought Inuyasha not Kaede, Kikyo in front of Kagome.
Yee!
Yee!
He did! He thought that he just banged her in front of Kagome!
That's why he's like, whoa! And
Ghastly!
Inuyasha, the poor innocent boy he is like, huh?
Eh?
What's up? What's wrong?
It was just a kiss.
And Moroku's like, Levy, you should try that one more time.
Let me give you the talk, son.
Shippo's probably just like, yeah, I know what he means too.
No,
Shippo's cultured.
He didn't even know why women and men couldn't bathe together.
Shippo's been hanging around Moroku enough now. He's cultured.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that would actually probably make him learn some things.
Also, this is the first time Moroku is shown to be supportive of a dilemma Inuyasha was suffering.
Oh, they're becoming friends.
Which I think is mostly just because it's girl talk, and he knows how to deal with the ladies.
Yeah, Moroku, he's had
a few of those situations before.
He does say something to the effect of that, like that I don't remember exactly how he phrases it, but it's not uncommon for him.
So when they're talking about when Inuyasha says, "Can I have them both?" Shippo says, "You mean two timing?" Which see, he's cultured.
Yeah.
And then Moroku says, "Well, it often happens with men, but regardless, no matter what happens, Kagome must never find out about this." So he knows.
Yeah. If she were to ever hear what you just said, big sit. I wonder if that's a joke on big.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Kind of how people say like deep.
Yeah. Differences from the manga.
The manga.
In the anime, Inuyasha is shown to have traveled all the way to the lake where Kikyo killed the monk dude.
Yeah.
The conversation between Kikyo and Kagome is much longer in the anime than in the manga.
What would it have been? Like, hey, you're
stop
here.
being dumb.
Go to the tree.
Bye. The anime omits the scene of Moroku and Shippo noticing the souls escaping from Kikyo. And then the anime and the manga are nearly completely different in their handling of the fight between Inuyasha and Kagome after Kikyo leaves. In the anime, Kagome's anger leads to her to travel all the way back to the well to return to the modern era. Moroku and Shippo, meanwhile, accost Inuyasha about who he wants to be with. In the manga, Kagome and Inuyasha continue walking around the river area they previously made camp at and eventually have a heartfelt conversation.
Huh. That is very, very different.
That is different.
I do appreciate that Kagome's like, yeah, I'm going to go cry now. Please leave me alone.
He's like, "What? Why? What's going on?"
She's realizing she has the feels for him.
I mean, she's been in a constant state of that for the last like 10 episodes, I think.
Yeah, well, now it's very real because she's seen
And
him
he's
search
just
somebody
very
else.
still. He's still very oblivious. Excuse
He
me.
wants both.
You can't always get what you want,
You cannot. You cannot have
but if you try real hard, you find out you get the big sit.
God dang it. No. I don't even know what I was going to say, but now my brain is wrecked. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
I'm die. Thank you forever.
What? Next time, we will be discussing a season 1 episode number 24. It is called Enter Sango, the Demon Slayer. We'll finally get to see this character that's been in the opening and endings for like 20 plus episodes, 24 episodes, I guess you'd say.
Yep.
And has just never shown up until now.
Yep.
So look forward to that next time. But for now, if you would like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimecheckup.com or sac.cool is where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. Mm-hmm. You can follow us on Twitter at Anime Checkup. And you can buy our books, One Shining Moment, A Critical Analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, and Hot Tubs and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. So join us next time as we relearn about the Boomerang character.
Yay!